We plan to do an interim data read, and we are very confident that our phase 2 study would trend positively. Our confidence comes from our phase 1 study that we completed in 2021, which was a safety and tolerability study.
Welcome back inside our Proactive Newsroom. Joining me now is Dr. Raza Bokhari. He is the CEO of Medicus Pharma. And Raza, great to see you again. How are you?
Thank you, Steve, for having me back on your program. Always good to see you again.
Good. Lots to talk about today. First off, I want to catch up on some news that you had recently announcing that you have you're obviously into your phase 2 study, and 25% of the targeted people involved in it have been chosen. So this is a pretty good milestone for you.
Indeed, Steve. We are delighted with the progress we are making in our clinical development program. Just as a reminder for the benefit of your viewers, that we initiated a phase 2 study sometime in the summer of this year to advance a novel non-invasive treatment regimen to treat the most common cancer of the skin, basal cell carcinoma, which has an incidence of 5 million new cases every year. And is treated, the only treatment solution today is a surgical intervention at a cost of $15 billion. So we have a novel therapy, and we believe that we can do this non-invasively at a cost-effective, relatively painless, and an aesthetically pleasing way, and in many ways disrupt the market. And the phase 2 study that we initiated accounts for 60 patients in 9 sites across the United States. And we announced this morning that we have completed 25% of the patient recruitment. So that's substantial progress.
Absolutely. And you've also announced today that you're expanding that study into the Asia Pacific region as well.
Indeed. So basal cell carcinoma is not just a North American or an American problem. Anywhere there is sun and fair-skinned population, there is a breeding ground for basal cell carcinoma of the skin. So worldwide, there are probably, the incidence is probably 25, 30 million, if not more. Because just in the United States, there are 5 million new cases. And unlike United States, where surgical intervention is available, it is expensive, is aesthetically not very pleasing, but nonetheless, it is available, and there are 3 million cases are performed every year. The rest of the world is not that advanced. So our this microarray needle transdermal patch, which is patented, and we carry the exclusive rights from University of Pittsburgh and Carnegie Mellon, even has more appeal in other parts of the world. And Asia Pacific is important as a target. So we are certainly very excited that we have found, we're looking for collaboration. And there are other regions that are also in the works. Especially, we have brought also last week and announced 2 weeks ago that we have added a chief medical officer out of UK, coming out of GSK. So Dr. Mahmood's inclusion in the management team is also going to help us gallop and advance our study. So we are working full cylinder and moving forward very excitedly.
Yeah, Dr. Bokhari, when you say you're moving quickly, you really are, because you're hoping to have some interim data potentially out in 2025, right?
Indeed, in Q1 of 2025, hopefully in the early part of Q1, we plan to do an interim data read, and we are very confident that our phase 2 study would trend positively. our confidence comes from our phase 1 study that we completed in 2021, which was a safety and tolerability study. But 6 of those 13 patients, which were the nodular type of basal cell carcinoma, had shown complete clinical response. So we believe if we can do it in 6 patients, we can certainly do it in 60 patients. And we also have high confidence that our novel therapy should get a fast track designation by the FDA, and our current trial should become a pivotal trial. So we are seeking a Type C meeting with the FDA, and as part of the Type C meeting, which we hope will be either towards the end of Q1 or beginning of Q2 of 2025, an interim data is required to get further alignment from the FDA. So sometime before we know it, we should have a data read and hopefully more good news to share with your viewers.
All right. Well, we look forward to that and to talking to you all about it. Dr. Bokhari, thank you so much. Good update today, and we'll talk soon. All right.
Thank you again, Steve, for having me back on your program.
All right. Dr. Raza Bokhari, the CEO of Medicus Pharma.